So today we are reworking the Ram, an exotic from D1 for Warlock. Basically, the helmet would give you more armor, and your Voidwalker melees would always heal on hit. Problem with that being brought over to D2 is that the armor system has changed. Resilience is different than it was in D1. It isn't tied to your subclass anymore, except for stasis. It's tied to your armor more. So instead of just having it be bland and giving you more 100 stats, which, I mean, that would be nice, but for an exotic slot when it could do more, I'm not a big fan of that. So I would rework the Ram. You could keep the heal on hit with Voidwalker melees. That's fine. But what I suggest is an effect similar to either Black Talon's Reversal or Arcstride, the Middle Tree Arcstrider, the Mobius Guard, whatever it's called. I think that would also be a good choice. But I'm also going to take a little bit out of other games. One game that I've been playing recently is Paladins. And in Paladins, there's a character who has an ability where you put your hands up, and if you get shot, you don't take damage, but after a certain amount of time, you release an orb that is a percentage of the damage that you were hit with during that period, and you can hit people with it. So that's gonna be basically my idea. The closest thing in the game to that right now in Destiny is Black Talon's Reversal. When you block shots immediately after guarding, it gives you a damage buff to the projectile. The Infinity Guard or Mobius Guard on Arcstrider is close, but it's more of a reflection, where if you get hit by something, you just send it back. I want to collect damage and then send it after a period of time with Ram. I think this keeps in mind the original purpose of Ram, which is to be tanky. You do accomplish that with my idea. You get to tank damage by using your Rift. So your Rift goes from being a team-oriented ability that could either heal or damage buff your team to being a way to shield your team from damage while also potentially reflecting some of that damage back. So kind of like a commander banner, but instead of it providing a damage buff, you reflect damage. So while it may not be as good as the other blockers in the game, such as barricades or the Mobius Guard or Sentinel shields, it has a purpose, but it'd be much more PvP oriented, similar to Ram and D1. I want to keep the spirit of Ram, but update it in a way that it has a place in D2 and does something special. So it replaces your Rift. The other classes have exotics that change their abilities, while Warlock does not. The closest thing Warlocks have to an exotic that changes your class ability is Boots of the Assembler. And it really doesn't. It just makes your Rift also makes orbs. That's all it changes. But Icefall Mantles on Titan get rid of your barricade for a selfish overshield. Mask of Bacchus, instead of you dodging, you blink. It's different enough to make a difference. But that's what I want for Ram. A way to make myself tankier and to reflect damage. I think the shield wouldn't be impervious to damage, like you would take a small fraction of it, but the main focus of it is to send that damage back. So in PvP, if someone tries to hit you with a sniper, if you're good enough, maybe you'll headshot them. Maybe you don't let the projectile from Ram precision hit, but those numbers could be tweaked to make it more balanced and reward higher skill players. Anyways, that's just my idea on how to bring Ram into D2 while keeping some of its identity but making it more unique within the ecosystem of Destiny 2.